Hey everyone, it's Matt from BPTV, and it is seafood season. A seafood boil is the perfect way to get everyone together to enjoy all the fresh seafood, an excuse to get outside, and we've got the essentials that you need for an epic seafood boil today. Stay tuned until the end, and we'll give you a bonus tip on how to make the best seafood boil you've ever had. Traditionally, seafood boils are dumped out on the table. So, our first essential is vinyl tablecloths. This gives you a great table covering that's easy to clean later. Second is butcher paper. Lay that out across the middle. That's gonna absorb some of the liquid and give you a cleaner space. Throw that butcher paper, crumble it up, toss it out, easy peasy cleanup. And then our vinyl tablecloth wipes really well. This is a great foundation for any seafood boil. One of the most crucial things you can get is a pot. However big of a pot you think you need, go ahead and buy one size bigger. Seafood boils take up a lot of space. So we've got lids to match, and then of course the all-important basket. That's going to give you the ability to lift up all of your boil straight out of the pan and drain it a little bit before we dump it out on the table. Everyone loves warm butter as part of the seafood boil. I like it with the seafood, the potatoes, even on the corn. It's just the perfect companion. What we recommend next for you is a set of ceramic butter warmers. So this comes with the rack. It's got a votive candle underneath to keep the butter warm, and it's just the right amount too. So a set comes with two. You could do one per person for the boil. You could just lay out a few on the table. Either way, you gotta have hot butter in a seafood boil. Seafood boils are messy, but that's part of the fun, right? So in order to keep everyone a little bit cleaner, we recommend BIBS. So this is a set of 12. They are plastic, large bibs to keep everybody covered. Got some crabs on them so everybody knows why you're wearing it. It's part of the fun and keeps you clean. BIBS, essential. These are lemon wraps. So you can just take your lemon and cut it in half and wrap it in these little cloths. It's got a little tie on them, and you tie it up and just kind of lay it around the seafood boil. So that gives you a chance to get a little extra lemon juice on your ingredients, and it keeps all the seeds in the wrap. We don't have to deal with the seeds, and we get all the goodness of the lemon. A big part of every seafood boil is the shrimp, right? So we're typically buying in bulk, so we're buying the shrimp as cheap as we can get it, which means a lot of them are gonna come with veins. These are our shrimp DEVEINERs. We've got a few options for you, and it just makes it so much easier to remove all that stuff. You go right along the outer curve of the shrimp to remove the vein, and then you can pop the shell right off with it as well. If your seafood boil is a little more bougie, you got some crabs in there, some lobsters, you're gonna need some crackers. So these are our selection of seafood crackers. Some are crab shaped, stick with the theme. Some have got comfort grips. This one is my favorite. It's spring action, so it makes everything a little easier for you, bounces back. Crab crackers, lobster crackers, another essential way to make your crab boil a little easier. The best way to make sure you get the best bang for your buck is a seafood pick. This has a spoon round end and a pick fork end. So that spoon lets us work all the muscle or the crab or the lobster, whatever meat that we're working with, to get it all broken off of the shell and scooped out so we enjoy every ounce of it, and the pick lets us eat it a little easier. A lot of folks like to serve oysters as an appetizer or alongside the seafood boil. So we recommend clam knives and oyster knives as one of the essentials. You'll see a couple options here. Dexter makes a great thin blade that's typical for more of a smaller clam. Oyster knives, maybe you want something a little bigger for the shucking. Another tip to make your seafood boil next level are corn holders. So you've got corn in every seafood boil. It just soaks in the flavor. Maybe you want to do the cobettes or cut them in half. Either way, you really want to enjoy these, every ounce of them. So we've got little handles that you can stick in the end, several different options for you. And because you stayed, here's the bonus tip we promised you. The best seafood boil, the key is the broth. So start to make a perfect broth. Get a pot, go about 3/4 full of water. Next, you're gonna add salt and then a little bit more salt. After we've got our salty water, we're gonna add some acid to it. This could be white wine, you could do beer, vinegar, even lemons. Then we're gonna add our aromatics. This is the garlic, the onion, bay leaves, all of our Cajun seasonings, and then we're gonna start boiling that. Take about 10 minutes and taste it. This should be a salty, acidic, well-seasoned broth. Feel free to add more here if it's not where you want it. So we're gonna add all of our ingredients that take the longest, the potatoes, then we'll get our corn in there, and then absolute last, we'll pop in the seafood to finish it. Check out our channel for more tips. We do videos like this all the time. And drop in the comments if you've got seasonings that you love, ingredients that we didn't list, maybe essentials that we didn't tell you about. We'd love to hear about them. Thanks for watching, y'all.